AAM A sweet solution to an annoying problem. I am not op. This was originally posted on Ask a Manager here. Number 3. With the update here. Mood spoiler. Wholesome AF. Less than. Trigger warnings none. How to tell a former employee he can't visit us weekly. I'm a senior director for a group of highly skilled, experienced employees. Everyone is at a high level in the large organization and they are primarily self-directed while I set organizational strategy and ensure everyone has resources. We had a very kind and beloved employee, Frank, retire in 2021. He was very isolated during COVID and had a hard time with the transition to retirement. He feels comfortable resuming activities now. And one of those activities is stopping by our office once a week to chat. We are a very relaxed hybrid, so most days there's only a small handful of people there. But Frank will sit down and chat with whoever is there for 3,040 minutes and then move on to the next person. We aren't a public-facing office, so it's unusual to have someone visit to hang out. But while everyone is busy, it's not completely unheard of that someone would have a 30-minute chat catching up with an old colleague or client. And everyone can manage their time, and a break for a midday chat is welcome on occasion. However, this has been going on for months. And I'm hearing people make offhand comments about Frank's visits. I told everyone to feel fine, saying, "It's a busy day. No time to talk," but everyone genuinely does care about Frank, and it seems like these visits are a lifeline to him. I tried inviting him to an after-hours happy hour to set the tone that he's welcome to socialize with us, but at a less disruptive time. But the visits haven't stopped. I was going to directly talk to him about the need to stop or drastically cut down on visiting, but when I mentioned it to 2 other directors, they thought that was really harsh, and I'm having trouble coming up with the right words to use with Frank, since the usual things a manager would say. Don't work with a team this self-directed. Should I just ignore this perceived problem and leave it up to everyone if they want to chat? Any potential scripts for how to also tell a very kind person that we cannot be his social club? Update. I have an update to a question you posted a few months ago about our retired worker, Frank, who kept dropping by weekly for hours-long chats. A very big thank you to the commenters who suggested volunteer work. I don't know why that hadn't occurred to me, since my aunt founded and ran a nonprofit near and dear to me. Shout out to diaper banks, which are a huge unmet need in many communities where diapers aren't covered by food assistance programs or food banks. The next week when Frank came in, I saw 2 people run in the other direction and decided to address it. I invited Frank to lunch, and unprompted he shared that he was really at loose ends and didn't know how to spend his time. I brought up volunteering and he said he didn't know how to find a place to volunteer. How do you even apply? And who would want his help? Everyone. Everyone wants people who have unlimited daytime ability. I gave him my aunt's number then and there and sent her a text to expect his call. He called the next day, and by the following week was a full-time fixture there. At Thanksgiving, I asked my aunt how Frank was doing, and she gushed about his hard work pitching in wherever, his positivity, the ideas he was bringing to the table. She loved Frank. New Year's rolls around and we have another family get-together, and who walks in but Frank? He and my aunt are in a relationship. They are looking at moving in together. They are both EHHH on marriage, but we'll see. The office has a break from Frank, but now I might be getting more of him. I don't know if AAM has been responsible for a love match before, but I'm crediting this one to you and the commenters for this kismet. Reminder: I am not op. This was originally posted on Ask a Manager here. Number 3. With the update here. Coworker Frank to Uncle Frank. Best twist I didn't see coming. Okay, I'm done with BORU today. This is the delight I needed. I am saving this for the next time BORU makes me wish I was illiterate. This is the wholesome palate cleanser I love. This is freaking adorable. I had a coworker like this many years ago. He retired, then was rehired as an in-house attorney emeritus when it became clear he was very bored at home. Alone. I don't believe he really did much. But he was given a small office and came in until COVID started. When he was around 90, in his late 70s, every morning he would come into my office and tell me about the Letterman show the night before. And a Star Trek show and its star. 7 of 9. I hadn't watched that show at that time. And I was always puzzled about his enthusiasm for what seemed to be a droid or something. Now I get the giggles whenever I see one of those episodes. I miss those morning conversations. Uncle Frank! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! Woohoo! The office might have a break from Frank, but now I might be getting more of him. Rolling on the floor laughing. Sounds like he's worth having around. Heart. Dude, volunteering is the best way to keep busy. Seriously. If you're feeling lonely and don't know how to meet people, find an org that supports something you're passionate about and see what they have available. You'll feel awkward at first, but it's an excellent way to meet people who are also passionate about whatever you do. Maybe start with a bigger org, as their volunteer programs are usually better defined and set up, and they'll have more to do. You can start small. Most only require 4 to 6 hours a month, which can be one Saturday's worth of work. If it doesn't work out, then try finding somewhere else. Non-profits, like all businesses, vary wildly in culture, so not all opportunities are created equally. I do a couple things: a low-cost pet services org that does things like pet food pantries, vaccine and spay, neuter clinics, and supply drives. Invasive plant management for a couple orgs. Trash cleanup for a couple orgs. Various other one-offs like warehouse sorting for a medical supply charity. It gets me out of the house, helps me make connections and friends, keeps me active, and makes me feel useful, which I think a lot of people struggle with. I know it's easy to say, just go do it, but I honestly do recommend it. This is so cute, I love it. I can't imagine making a comment on Reddit and starting a chain reaction that leads to a long-term relationship. Okay, this is officially my favorite BORU ever. So happy for Frank. Outside of AAM, Ant is thanking Oop for giving her Frank's number.
This one sparks joy.
So goddamn wholesome, we love you, Frank. I see a Hallmark movie in the future. Very sweet story. So adorable. This put a smile on my face, which I desperately needed. This is such a great ending. Okay, that was friggin' adorable. And somewhere, a monkey's paw curls into a thumbs up. I just saw this. I love it. OMG. I just started to laugh, and now I am crying. I am such a romantic. Such a wonderful story! Exclamation mark.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Eracast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.